O te mono si atu ringa man whaftai le tua, o no nei fo tai au fou, ia mani nei fo tai le aso fou o fo i aso so tātou wola. O te whātalo whātu le mamano so tātou watunu i le nei fo tai au, mai la vai monga tere, ia se pai e foi monga iti whātalo whai Tupuolaga talavou, ere ngā te lea i lato fo e whius whai i awa onga, talofa lava lo po kalami masale nei o Tupuolaga mo Taeao for the generation for tomorrow ia sululu umalava o prince fa so ila vino tonga ia o sui el brown ke wo kolo nato a winatu nei po kalami i lunga le ala ata le TV free o te fifia fo talofa atu nei Taeao ia ila so atau lali leli nei o Tia Maria. Good morning, Tia.
Good morning, Prince. Liar. And good morning, Samoa, and welcome back to another episode of Generation for Tomorrow, or Tupuolaga mo Taeao, the only youth talk show in Samoa, and also the best. My name is Tia Maria Pepe Daffy. I am an intern and scholar student of Brown Girl Woke, a nonprofit organization that trains and recruits the youth and also educates them on how to deal with critical issues happening in Samoa. As you know, that this youth talk show is where we come on and talk on taboo issues in our community, but we have also promoted some of our young champions and also talk and promote more on our young entrepreneurs. I believe that we have such an amazing show this morning, our Prince. But before we get into that, how are you? My partner.
Ia ni nei fo ia o langa lona savalinga ia e lava taimi tau whawaiwai ai whaftai le tua ia ono na malosi e mwhai ai fo i ona tu mai pēr mawhau le lei mani mawhau tonu ina ia mawhai pēr ona whamalosia e ala le ia o onga o ngā luenga me mea kumala vai whai ai ara sunga tia o mai oi.
Ai sunga. Thank you very much for that question. I'm feeling really, really blessed to be here as always. Before we go on to our show, I'd like to encourage you, whoever is watching, wherever you are watching from, whether it be at school, because NUS plays our show every Wednesday morning. I am aware of that fact. Thank you very much for that. Whether it be school, in the comfort of your home, also at work, please, whoever is next to you, on both sides, turn to your side and ask them, how are you? Some words of encouragement to uplift spirits this morning, our Prince. It goes a long way, whether it be, are you okay? How are you? And also listening goes literally a long way. You don't have to put in your 2 cents, but just listening to the other person. But this morning we have an amazing clip for you before we get into more discussion, so let's get right into that. Don't go anywhere.
This is dedicated to the one who is silently hurting, for the people who hung themselves but didn't get to say goodbye, for the person who wanted to give it their all but didn't get the chance to try, for the person feeling worthless but awaits midnight to cry, for the souls who left us. God bless them with the wings to fly. Yes, this is for you. When you're feeling down, depressed, overwhelmed, and stressed, never forget there is help. 911, what's your emergency?
Please, my dad just beat my mom. She's unconscious. She needs help. There's not enough time.
Okay, I'm going to need you to calm down. Help is on its way, but please stay on the line.
She was dragged by her hair.
He was punched in the mouth. In a split second, it wasn't a home, just a house. The smell of Vicks and dripping blood, a broken family, where is the love? So when you feel like you're running out of time,
please, just stay on the line. Billy, it's all my fault.
No, it's mine. I feel so weak, but at least I'm trying. They say drugs kill, guns kill. Yes, that's true. But nothing can be what depression can do. Every 40 seconds, someone around the world commits suicide.
1.32 million domestic incidents were reported around the world in 2019.
Did you know drug use and abuse begins at the age of 12? And to think, within a decade, American Samoa lost 72 sons and daughters to suicide. 970 million people suffer from mental health disorders around the world. So it's not me against you, it's us against the problem. So stay on the line.
And look into the eyes of your siblings.
Look into the hearts of mom and dad.
Look at the foundation of your church.
Look into the roots of your village. And look to God, then look at you. So stay on the line because you are cherished, you are loved, and you are highly favored.
He can see the cuts, your bruises, and your bloody knuckles.
He sees the mess you've become. He knows that you're troubled. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope.
Psalm 6 verse 6 to 9. All night I flood my bed with weeping, drenching it with my tears. My vision is blurred by grief. My eyes are worn out because of all my enemies. Go away, all you who do evil. For the Lord has heard my weeping. The Lord has heard my plea. The Lord will answer my prayer.
Ecclesiastes 7 verse 17. Be not overly wicked, neither be a fool. Why should you die before your time? So once again, stay on the line because you are cherished, you are loved, and you are highly favored. So remember, please remember, when you feel like you're running out of time, please, 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 just stay on the line. Rest in peace and love. Rondele Satele.
Rex Mendoza.
Salome Faleali'i.
Moronai Sala.
Jessica Fuimono.
Matthew Langai.
And Cheyenne Sanitor. So everyone, live life, cherish your time, and in the heat of the moment, please just stay on the line.
Wow, that was very emotional. That was a beautiful piece performed by siblings on suicide, especially in American Samoa. The purpose of why we brought that video in this morning, before we get into our special guests, of course, is we wanted to, as always, we wanted to highlight this. One of the biggest issues in our country, not only in our country, but also around the world. Trigger warning before we get into that, suicide. We will be talking about a topic that is very sensitive in our community. So, yeah, let's get into that, Prince. Oh, but before we get into anything else, as you see on the corner, stay on the line, please. For Fa'atawa Leola, we have their mobile phone, 757-1914. We have their direct line, which is 685-3200, and also especially the Samoa Lifeline, which is 800-5433. Once again, 800-5433. So please, please stay on the line. As you have heard that beautiful, amazing, emotional piece, stay on the line with us. Call in when you feel like you need, even if it's not you, even if you see it, that someone needs help, just, give them a call, stay on the line. I'll let Prince say.
Yeah, o le si foi fe auta o ton faile la wale yang le poem le if the from tala ele ngata le stay on the line I le numero telefoni o te langona e fa mama lava le la tala no I le stay online I le life I le olanga iso si savalinga na vai al sa o savalinga o le winga lan fam talanga stay on the line Tusa lava pe o afa fita ule fafta ia ima oe ia stay on the line awa lava nei alu ese male awala masani awa lava nei fiu ai ma alu ese male awala lo alu lava le olanga nei o le winga la na ta famta tala to le poem ne stay on the line tusa po afa fita uli tu pele lenga o a foi so soani tamna mia o lo ia i de tangata so soani ele ngata ile o lo tatu to ma falilang o i o lo tatu so soani sili ia o lo ia i foi numero tatu telefoni o na o tu ina tu ngot ka ko screen o le ala va se so soani tamna mia fa so tai ma vala au e maua ele le lave ai fa ngo fie mo i tatu foi ile ini fafitau di foi o langa antia ona ele ba ia lava manfano noa o lo fa tupula ia pe le fafitau ale ngata lava I fanau matupulanga talvo ela ngona I foi le maftia ia ono o le fafitau li sa avea ma tamai fafitau au le nei wa tupu ma pe wa fata alonga I vai le fafitau li tatu tangata mo tatu tupulanga ia ai o le fautuanga la to poema le o tom fai failo atu stay on the line stay on the line po ala fafitau ia stay on the line ia o tonu to tadi man tatu po kalame ia pe mai ni so tatu fasalonga fa business te whatalo whatua taliu mai o tātou pōkalame ia ilona foi a vaenga lona lua ia o le tupulanga mo a Taeao po le Generation for Tomorrow au ina atu lau alata o le TV tolu ia o le ni Taeao lo whatatano ina i foi nisi o mta upum whawhita uli lo whapena o na whatupula ia pe tutono si o tātou atunu atia.
Very much. Yeah, it's really sad that we see the rates on suicide is still increasing, which is really devastating and really heartbreaking, which is the theme for today. And without further ado, we have someone amazing here that does the work, someone really important in our community. We have our very own, our special guest. I will let her introduce herself. So, good morning, lovely, and welcome to Generation for Tomorrow. So please tell someone a little bit of brief about yourself.
Malo soifua, ia, te whatalo whatfoi malo le tato atunu, lo whapena on mai mo mai foi mo atu malawa. Le ngata I tonu taulanga nei, ia me se lava I tua I tato nui tua, ia e whapea foi le motu I tutuila. It's a pleasure for me and it's an honor for me to be here, sitting beside these beautiful youth representative from the community, talking about some of the most important things that's happening in the community, which is the pests. To be honest, I work in the sport environment, and the best part of my life is going out in the community, because believe it or not, that's where pure talent is, and that's where respect lies in most of the families, because the culture is more alive and more exists out in the community.
Yes. Yeah, thank you very much for that, and welcome once again. Pleasure to have you on here, but let's go straight into our questioning, Prince. So, as a woman in sports that's involved in sports, since we're talking on suicide this morning, and I believe you do work for the youth as well. Would you like to give us a brief on what work it is that you do with the youth?
Yeah, sure. You know, it's a blessing for me, and I'm pretty sure with all the sports as well, who are working out in the community, promoting sports in whatever sport organization, rugby, touch rugby, netball, cricket, you know, a lot of sports netball out there. You know, we all have the blessing to go out in the community and talk about the sport, because sport, there's a lot of vital information that sports is driving out in the community. And like I said before, working with the community is always a blessing, and is the best part of my job that I'm doing right now, because that's basically where the future of the sport lies. And you know, hearing and listening to what happened this morning, it's very devastating for all our community, especially we're making our way to next month, where we're gonna promote 16 days of activism. And I can hear some, you know, very devastating news this morning. One of our students, a female student, committed suicide. Yes. And she got beaten by the parents, and then she committed suicide. So, you know, working with the community and this young grassroots, it's always a blessing, because you can see they're very innocent. You know, they're very innocent, and they always speak the truth. You know, and sometimes they don't know what they're saying, and that's where you can pace your help. You know, when you get the support, when you give them the support directly to what they're talking about, and you never know what the response will be. Sometimes you will be amazed by the response from this young youth. Sometimes you will be surprised as well. You never, okay. Sometimes it's a wow experience for you as well. But, you know, in sport, I believe, is an escape for our youth right now. Yeah. You know, talking, you know, on my right, he plays rugby, and I believe he has his own experience of being involved in sport as an escape from all the frustrations in life, from all the problems that that the youth face in school environment or even in a family environment as well. And I believe sport has a powerful tool that will break this violence, that will stop this violence. Because we all see on social media that there's some stuff that happening on the field.
Yes.
But I believe with the sport, it will help, because there's a lot of leadership principle that you can learn from every sport. You learn how to be humble yourself. You learn how to respect your family, how to respect the people sitting beside you. When she talk, you listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those small little things, and that's where you can work on as these young fellas. And it's very frustrating when we hear this. The culture that we live in the past years. We got beaten by teachers, by our parents, and because we are well educated of the culture that we're living in, and that's something that really help us to manage this violence. And I think now it's going viral. This has just been happened, and now it's going viral on YouTube, on TikTok. And the message that I want to drive out there to other youth, we got to support. Okay, we got to support this. Whenever there's violence, make sure that we don't go there to take videos and put it on Facebook so that you become famous and stuff. But we're there to support, Don't go there and do something so that you can support that person. At the end of the day, when you go home, you feel grateful of what you did, and you will feel happy. And the more you're going to do that, the more there would be a very surviving and a very respected and beautiful culture that we're going to have, or environment that we're living in.
Yeah, thank you very much for pointing out the social media thing. It's all on clout chasing. It's really disrespectful as well to be able to put everything in your phone on your camera when you can just be there for a person, personally and physically. I believe it's what drives people to not speak much about their emotions, because they're always scared. Everyone's always pulling their phones out and filming something. So why are we creating this space? Thank you for that. So that was your way of saying that sports is an amazing place. It could be someone's home as well to, run away from all the stress and also the anxiety and depression and all the mental illness that's going on. I believe Prince agrees with that definitely.
Pe ona tāu e le whiunga ia Avii ia o le tasi leo whawhitau le te leo lo tupu nei tono sa tātou atunu e le ngata i lea o nisi e tauna o ona pe o tāu e Avii ona pu e watama ave i lunga ma upu e tō singai le loto e malililo i manatu e se foi le awala o lo latu tom whai pu e le video ma se ata o se o lo i whawhitau li ma whaano noanga ona i eile o le manatu o whea le alofa moni o fea e le alofa moni e mo si fifo en mano se tatou atu no o le sunga ia Avii o ia le o se selected as a match official for the 2022 Oceanians of Women's o ia lea sa lau whaliina foi ia lea tamiosaga i atu nu mamau ma o lea foi whaeaina o atu ina ia te ia e te le foi sa o ngā ma se e mai se lava i alo ma whanau te mai tai awa o lo wa ai le association na lau whalile e taim nei e te le lava iari ai ina o su atu foi ona sa o atu foi le po kalamela vaenga le tua tia ia i tua ia ma toi whale alili ia e paula vale fautuanga ale afionga le ia Avii e mana o ini lau whali te mai tai e mana in te mai tai ai o te fia whaasili la ia lau sunga Avii o le a se naunau ta inga ia te oe e mana o mia ia nisi fo walo te mai tai e o mai tu tonu i le mea o lo e iai taimidei
Mana ia le whaasili I le tūlanga ia I le lalulangi o lo tata wola te mine ia. And we can see that on social media, and there's a lot of articles and writings about women to be involved in sports. And sport is, it's for everyone. I le tūlanga le whawsili. It's tawon whawau. So we need to continue that journey, that path. Sitting here, I might not be the one that's sitting here right today, or tomorrow, and the next 5 years and next 10 years. And my ultimate goal is to share the talent. I ia whaasoa tā lene, whaasoa to mai, because other people that came before me also share the talents with me. So whaasoa mai voi kanga mua ia te au. And what I'm doing, I want to share the same thing that those people shared to me, to other people that will come after me, because those are the people that will continue on the legacy of women in sport. And we're here. Like you're sitting here, I don't know if in the next 5 years if you're still sitting here, but you know what, when you have the chance to do something good, something greater, that's your chance. The other generation that will come after you, but we all know from the Bible, so the more you ole tele lo whangaina ni taleni, o tele whana o whamanianga i te maua. Te ola tangata mai, po whamanianga po ni tupe, pe kaifia, afe, isfuru afe milionga. But life, you will be blessed with life, and maybe you won't be blessed with what you're expecting to be. E ke whamangia ingai. Ai ola whamangia ingai lo whangau. A kong ele maua e ka ika whamangianga I mea kau se lengi keiminge. But o lo o whamangia inga u sisi vaenga inga whamangia ia sa whangau. Or even my brothers, daughters and sons, kau ke loa mai ele loa ala vai. Ese lava awale mai whamangianga leli. And that's my ultimate goal. Is everyone, for all of us, we're working for one ultimate goal, is to be blessed by our Heavenly Father. When we come back to Heavenly Father, we'll so the more you think about how grateful you are, the more you think about how blessed you are, not because of the money, but the life that you install in life, and the more you think you're going to do much more greater work as well.
And of course, community work can be really rewarding. It's not always the money, but there's always something fulfilling about it. As Prince should know, because we do a lot of community work at Brown Girl Woke. But we have come to the end of that first segment. We'll be right back right after this short commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
te whatalo whātutua te niu mana tātou pokalami o le tupulanga mo a Taeao, i le nei foi Taeao, i le tātou whātalo noanga foi, ma se tasi foi o tamai tailo whali i tono so tātou watunu, i le sunga le i Avii, i o le mātou whātalo noanga foi, o lo mwhaifo na whātalo noa i nai nisi o whawhita uli, i a mani tele o meo tupu tutonu, i a e mese lava i o langa o tupulanga talavau, a le ngatai lea i o nisi foi, o talinge tam fai e tatai e le talavo ina i am fai una whangalo e nei whawhitauli. Ai o te fia whawhisili atu a la sunga Avii i le ngaluenga lava lea whanau whali. O le ani tu le lei o a fo ini tu le lei o lo mwhai una e wa aia pea o whatingo i ngaluenga.
Yeah, whawtai mo le whawhisili. Me mo moala utana no e vaenga i the positive side of o le vaenga le leia ia. Te le ni vaenga mwhaiona o wa o ina ia uia. E mo ia no amatalia i ngaruenga whalawhali wa o whaia onga. Wana amatalia no lo whali o lo unga lue ngaruenga whawhaia onga. Ai o ngaruenga whawhaia onga o le te le uru i tau. But inga o waikonga ngaruenga i whalawhali. Ngā maka mai ai vaenga e kafu am tunanga pena. Ngā maka inga e keep telling yourself that for edem whainga e whainga o inga ruenga. E ke whainga ruenga ia iaiga kai langlang o inga oe. So lesi wahenga ka uanga so that when you do something you think about other people. Ia mafo whauiska ka lam whainga sosoangi whainga whainga ruenga mo oe. Don't try and take the load. Yeah, so while I'm doing the touchline, for example, ava pia lau ke ku lau kafua, ia o loa la ia kanga kale susuangi me kia wa, ia wangi o walu wa, o ngā wa malalulangi, ia o walu, ia o lau ke just keep in mind that there's someone that's supporting you, someone that there, whainga langolango inga. So that's one thing that moko i ke lele, so i lango luenga whawhaia o ngā e ke minga. So I have that mindset. You're not alone. And whainga e aski desi whaia onga. E ke e lako susuangi longa ruenga. So that's one of the things that ngā o learning a menga ruenga le whalau whadi. O le sivaenga, it keeps you healthy. Healthy body is a healthy mind. And o ke whiakara ngola tūlanga le o telo mātua. Nā tō te tau whia ia te maita. So I'm okay, karangoa ia from my own perspective as a woman. We're lacking at moving quick, fast movements and that's something that so me foi langa o le kelo kako ngakai e ke lekingo o tamaita because they don't get used to it. Their body le o masangi, it's not happy for their body to move all the time. Laku I nga lue whainga I. So that's something that I've observed. So and then you need to work on refa pea me ole healthy lo kingo o lo pai. Ole healthy lo kingo lo whainga nga yoi ki savali aku savali mai. O iska ka fe mai lo le healthy pai. But not necessarily you're healthy you're healthy because you're like kikiro kingo but healthy because you can move from place to place. And the other most important thing, healthy with your kala whamakala, o me ke share this kangaka, o ngai ka wakuai, makua healthy le ole ma ngai healthy loka kingo especially the girls. I'm talking about the girls, but there's a lot of gossiping. Healthy lo kingo, look fit, muscle. Ka ke laku I God whainga o kala I whai I au healthy au kingo leia. Or whainga si kenge lai kumai o whainga. And I'm talking about the environment akamai kaya. So I think that's another thing o learning as a referee. Know that there are people that are supporting you. Never assume that there are people talking behind your back. Because if you assume people talking behind your back because you're doing a mistake on the field as a referee, o se selo sala pe wa yese me o fale kongu fale wale misira wa ai se lo fai then you assume everything. People are gonna put stuff on the Facebook, and then all of a sudden you come off the field, you go take your phone, and then that started because you're assuming everything that these people are talking about you know. So healthy, you know, and that's one thing that we're learning on my so you go hard, you go and train hard, make sure you're healthy for me. Maybe you eat fried chicken. That's one of the things that ngaka learning on my as a sport person. It doesn't mean that you're not allowed to eat fried chicken, but you should know how much you're gonna eat. And that's discipline. You're discipline lo ai. You're lo tau sami or lo kau mawhai mea ai I vai ingu. Avapea wa ele ai masesi lo le rangi vapea e kere ingu soda caffeine lo lang ile o langa ko. There will be a time you need it. You need sugar in your ilo kingo. But ya awange e sugar ngei apa ingu ngei auri apa ingu ko so ole si lua apa ingu. So that's discipline. And that's what I've learned from being involved as a referee, because sometimes I mean put it in a perspective. From my own experience, you gotta be fitter than the players. You fit with players.
Because you are running around now.
Yes. You know, your percentage of the field as a referee. Than the players. Sometimes the player will come and so that's why you need to get fit, and why you need to get fit, you need to discipline. Discipline no mea ai. A discipline for the environment e kia nga ai. Laku I environment e le e nga ole negative vai mea ka ngoi. Get away from it, because the more you involve in the negative environment, the more you will drown yourself into this. Me fa pe la ia o ia. Ai paua lea, but you're not exploring. You haven't get to the best part of your life as an athlete or as a player as well.
Yes.
So leila vai le saunoanga le sunga ia Avii. Yo tamwhainga winga le tamwhai atu e sia partner nga o Tia Maria kau whaafita ko longa kingo o whafoira ai mea ai ne pāle ngi male. Ia au te fia whaasiri le lau sunga Avii I le tūlanga leo le tō vaenga ia Referee Association. I le tūlanga le ngā lulu e whātasi. Ona o te mautino le ma o ulua o te lelea o le mafuanga tonu le alaina whi ese ai I lau whali ma tamta alo. Ona o le ngā lulu e whātasi o lau whali. Le winga whaamtalanga e te tau le lau whali le to tonu le tālunga o na lango mai eila tō lau whali I tua. Ai a whaila e sawa lau whali e tū molona I tū malo. O te lo whai aswapia o tū le lau whali a o lo ua ia whainga le I loa I ai. A whai e tū a lau whali lona I tū malo. O le ai e se inga I le vale o lau whali, malesi lau whali. Ai o le ale tūlanga, o le a se ngā ruenga o lo whai e tono le tō vaenga. I nei am whai no tō whātasi e taimi e whai atino ai ngā ngā ruenga.
Ole tulanga ia ngā whalawhali. We need to keep the integrity of the game. And what I mean by that, we got to be fair with all the decisions that we make. We're not there to hammer le aulea. And ole mea mako kia o ingai mako. We give 110 extra% of performance on the field. As the best as we can. Ia makingo, ia mako providing us a performance se lau se fulu pasengi I lunga malai. If there are things happen, it just happen. O mea kup e le mo fai o nga fale o nga inga le mako our best performance that we're trying to put in the field. So le o mako ngalwenga. To be honest with you, au mai mo fo malo le tunu. O mato ultimate goal. Common goal for all our referees, we support each other. Doesn't matter what happened on the field. Doesn't matter where you're coming from. Doesn't matter who you are. Whether you're an elite referee or you're an upcoming referee or you're just starting your refereeing journey, we all support each other. So afape, for example, afape ore kamaikiki le whakwa upcoming langa lo whali, le whakwa makanga ngā e lunga langa lo whali, lo mako, lo wa pushi lunga e vaenga e whaia mako appointments. e alo e whai le, ai sau ka ika lea ua ka international, po se lau whali lea international, sau ka fua, e ke support o ele international, e ke support inga lau whali lea ele international langa lau whali, it doesn't matter what status you have as a referee, and that's our ultimate goal. And to be honest with you, and that's something that I've always been blessing to be part of refereeing team. I'm not saying it because I'm a referee, but it's something that I've learned in my kongaruenga Faalupega. We support each other. Whatever it supports polealo status mo lunga lo status la sa we ka fu ile lo fali ile i o lunga langa ile I fafo aku ia langa lo fali. E ke support lo fali le so charge for ya ia lo fali le ai ke langolango le ka fu. So that's what I mean by supporting. And this is something that we always talk about before we go on the field. Maybe Thursday and then the games is on. Always I like so coffee and throughout the week. But Thursday is always I'm a make sure you put that 110% performance on the field. And we come off the field. You still support. You still support. Don't come off the field and then you switch off. You don't support. And that's something that I've learned from Lofali or Ifoila. This is where I learned how to be humble, because I was a teacher, and to be honest, I was one of the harsh teacher. You know, you beat up the students. To be honest, but then as a referee, I learned how to humble myself. I learned how to cater for every different group. So se koinga emfainga wa o inga ya e mafai ni meko kia emfainga o cater mo ko inga students is ese slow learners. Fast learners I kongore ka me kia ka mai ai am fai ngo o ngo kongu I vaenga le so peor ko kalia kunga le sunga le Prince
after lo sunga vi mone pata tan no ngofone ni Taeao te tono le ata tari mo tato vaenga muni pe mai tato fasalo nga fa business.
Welcome back, Samuel, from your short commercial break. Before we went into that, we still have our beautiful special guest from Women in Sports. I will gladly give her the floor once again for some add-ons, Samuel. So, Avii.
Okay, well, thank you very much. It's an honor for me to sit along with you guys this morning and talking about some, the journey is, I believe, is a beautiful thing, with all the ups and downs and the things that's happening. Those are all the challenges that Heavenly Father has given to us so that we can work towards our goal and think, sometimes as we go, we think about how quick we can get to our ultimate goal, and then we're rushing. Everything has to, and then sometimes we complain and stuff because we still haven't get there. Yes. But with all the challenges that when we came across with our journey, those are all part of the Heavenly Father's plan for us. Sometimes it's the plan of our Heavenly Father for us so that we can sit back, sit a little bit, and relax and think about what are some of the small little things that we need to work on to improve, and what are some of the better things that we need to improve as well. In sports, I believe the most important thing is leadership, and education is very important. Yes. As a coach, you got to educate your players not only to play 100% performance on the field, but the question is how can those players succeed that 100% performance or achieve that 100% performance? And the answer is, we got to educate our players, how to get there, with the discipline, with the right attitude, and that's all part of leadership. It's part of leadership to educate your players how to humble themselves and how to cater the problems that will happen on the field when the referee call on you and send you off the pin. What is your response? Yeah. And that's part of education. When a referee, send you off the pin, what would be your response? Your response is just to admit it, or your response would be, okay, I'm going out. I'm going to spend that 2 minutes off the pin. And what can I do next when I go back on the field? And that's the education that we want to coach and educate our players. And that's part of leadership. We can also apply that into our families as well, into our everyday lives as well. Yes, cool. Sometimes, us the kids, the children, most of the time our parents keep telling you go salufale, fuluipo, and you're still sitting there for another 10 minutes. Ilesis fulmingo ke like sa fa ia fa kali se ko fa ya ko fo ia lookinga alo fuluip ia ko fa kali. So it's all part of leadership. So you educate your fa ya kuloa e kam fa ya le fa kingo ia vaenga a fa peve kuloa e ka o lo wa ka o wo okukinga ya o e lo makua. Then you should educate yourself. You ask yourself a question. But the reason why is because and then you educate yourself. You educate a little and blah blah blah. But educating a low child.
Yeah.
Wala fiu le fa pe kama iki. Pra me wala ngaka e anu ngu me ke fa fe out without knowing why the parent hit you. Yeah. So these are some of the small little things that we need to educate our players. We educate our players why you get penalized, and what would you do when you get penalized, when you get off on the field again. It's all part of leadership, and it's all about education.
Yeah, so since you're on that topic, it's all about non-violent solutions to peacefully deal with something, so do not resort to anger ASAP as soon as possible, but just take a minute to debrief and de-stress and all sorts of that. That's why sports really relates and educates on mental illness. It all relates, it's all like one factor contributing together. That's why sports is a really, really great way and space to, debrief and de-stress, as we have mentioned.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, I'm just going to point out that before you hit your jar, you got to think of yourself.
As well. Yeah.
What will happen next if you hit your giant? As a coach, if you're going to swear at your player, think about, think about the results. Yeah.
Sa le lava o le sila tulanga wa vai pe tono so tato wa tunu ona o lo ua ia loa faatanga se taalo o se tasilea o alofanga I o fafitau wa me moni lava ia e teno nisi taimi e pe tau sau fo de fiu le fai mea onga fai fe au ele ngata I po I lea o le o teni inga o ta ita ini mea fai o le ainga ona ia le mafofau e pe o le talonga le pe fate tinga o tanga talo la kapi o te avia le talonga me o te alo ai o fafitauli o ma alo fanga fo ingane e fafifia nei o mafofau ia o te le mo I lava o te taalo ona o te fialu ni mansamoa ai o le singi lava ma le taua I lo wa uia o langa taalo o te taalo tau no taalo e fafifia I lo mafofau o te fia taalo tau no taalo ina e mfai ona alu ese tu ese mea mafa I lo mafofau ona o tau tonga I le o taalo ngo se tasi fo I le o fofo le fafitau lo tangata wa to te le lava I la to ie tu lo lava lo ne ngutu o to te le la to ia wa pule le ola e se ase I la to o ye se tali ni le taalo ai o no uta tona o ila to ye taalo I taalunga o ila to ye le sao me fafitau le sao me fafitau le pule le ola ai I vatula no I sunga Avii o le aso o ia manatu iai o le sinu mun fo ile le sunga le aso o e manatu iai fatanga taalo ia ila to uma lava o ia in fafitau I le mafafau le ngata fo ile fafitau le ainga o le aso fa tuanga o le afo iso ti ma inga ala afo iso so soani fatanga taalo ia te ila to
Fatai mole fasil le o tu mai foi le tatu fatata noanga nei Taeao o le o langa lo tatu volai me mola tu mi fafitauli pe ono taua o mai ele atua ia challenges polu I tau nei o langa ine mfai ona tatu to no for tasi la ma to ma fau e pole ase si mea o lo misi o langa I tau falleia ine mfai ona alwalu no malo volanga ma alo ese mai fafitauli awone o tato mafau fafitauli o isinga ka fe me fafitauli o se curse o la fole fa sa mo le curse o se malaya o se malaya foi le but fafitauli it's all God's plan it's on so o mai le ia fafitauli ine mfai on tato mafau ye Wani va henga ni o tato langa fai ntoi fa leia so o la uia lo tau mo ila to pe on sau no ele o sports e telo ise to be honest e telo ise va henga foi ye sports mai ke au velo experience ke le foi fa fica mo ke au in the past 2 months when he got injured that's when your frustration came in and there's a lot of things that happen to your mind. You haven't get to your ultimate goal. So silo inga ya oi. Ai le kupulo e mangua. So ole mental health. Lesi ala o fakuanga mo ilato mo fainga o se fai unga. Ele ya se sime sila tuna lo tsalo. Pray in the morning. One sentence. Pray in the morning or whenever part of the day when you feel down. When you feel like se mai oe elisi e your friends wale look down on friends pray we o ka ko uma feleli God understand each and every one of us and we got to pray that's my only answer and fayonga kalia ko wai ifafitauli committing suicide is not the answer it's not the right answer ikako fafikauli Drinking alcohol when you have a lot of problems is not the best answer, is not the right answer for us. Drinking alcohol will add more problems into our lives when we have problems. It's not a getaway, it's not an escape. But prayer is, I'm not saying this, I'm perfect, I'm 100% performance, 100% perfect in front of God, but I'm saying it because I've experienced it.
Thank you very much for that, Mr. V. I believe because of our time, we have come to the conclusion of Generation for Tomorrow. Thank you for your time, for coming in, for your words of encouragement, and for your light always, not only for the both of us, but for our audience this morning and also Samuel that is watching. Believe the first thing to dealing with suicide is handling the stigma and changing the narrative around it. If we change our mindset, that is the first step into finding the solution to suicide. So please be kind, check on your friends, check on your neighbors, whoever you can reach out. And once again, our lifeline, our call on to Flow for their mobile number 757-1914, and especially let's highlight their Samoa lifeline 800-5433, 800-5433. So please call in, even if you want to report someone that you suspect or you see signs of suicidal thoughts. So please, and also Brown Girl Woke is reaching out as well as always. So reach out to us on our Instagram pages. And also me and Prince as well on our personals. I like to do a lot of check-ins on mental illness on my Instagram, so please contact us, help each other. Let's do this, we got this, and have a beautiful morning. Thank you. Thank you once again for tuning in with us. That is Generation for Tomorrow this morning. So far, so far.